What is going on today, guys? Welcome to the 11th episode of the DailyC show, and really excited to get this one out to you guys. Today we're going to talk about two different things. One, we're going to talk about how I utilize rest days and basically how I try to schedule them in and how I can make them more effective to really get the maximum amount of my time, maximum effect out of my time off. And then two, we're going to also talk about what is the downhill skating system. I've gotten probably like 100 plus messages really just asking what it is and people just being curious and wanting to know what this whole concept is from Train 2.0. That's what the downhill system is from. So really excited for you guys to check this episode out. Going to be a really good one. I'll see you guys after the intro. So, a lot of people probably can see that I'm putting in a consistent amount of work. I'm putting in a daily work into my on-ice, into my off-ice training, and I'm also putting in time to studying the game, reviewing my tape, and just pretty much a lot of different stuff. So, a lot of people have been asking me, so how are you kind of working in those rest days? And when you do have a rest day, what are you doing on those rest days? Well, it's actually not very complicated. When I try to work in rest days, I try to make sure that when I have my on days, so the days I'm going hard, I try to go on the ice as much as I can, and I try to go all out. And then on my off days, I try to take as much time as I can on those days to just really relax and not really think about hockey too much. And the main priority is to catch up on any work that I need to get done. So whether it's housework, whether it's online work, whether it is something else that needs to get done, I really try to catch up on any of those errands, and I want to get ahead on that stuff because I don't want that to be an issue on the days where I'm skating 2 or 3 times a day or working out or something else like that. So on those days, priority number one to me is getting anything that might interfere with my all-in work for hockey on other days. And then number two, I really want to try to focus on removing any stress about hockey and just take that day to not really think about it too much. And if I do, what I'm going to do is I'll just watch some tape and just kind of review some more kind of tactics and some more skills that I'm kind of interested in. For me, lately, I've been studying Barzell and kind of trying to understand why a guy who's pretty much exactly my size, I think he's maybe like an inch taller, maybe 2 inches. I think he's like 5'11", 6 foot maybe. And I'm trying to figure out why he's so effective in the NHL. And I'm trying to put together how I can kind of fix my mechanics, adjust my mechanics to get to where he's at. And it's been really exciting so far. I made some huge progress. And that's going to flow into basically our other question that I have, which is what is the downhill skating system. But I want to talk a little bit more about our off days. So the third priority here is I want to really try to prioritize making sure that I spend time with friends and I spend time with family now. Depending on how much time I've spent with either, I kind of have to strategize and figure out which one deserves my time kind of at that point. But it's very important to remember that your friends and your family are the reason that you kind of got there. Like, they've supported you throughout and they've probably stuck with you throughout, your family especially. So you don't want to bail on them completely. So when you have a day off, even though it sounds like, oh yeah, you feel like you should be stretching and you should be doing ice baths and things like that are great, but you need to make sure you're keeping your life in order outside of hockey so that when you are going to hockey, like I said with the work stuff, everything is in line and ready to go. So you want to remove that stress of worrying if you're not spending enough time with the friends and family by taking those additional days to really make sure you spend the evening with them or spend the afternoon or whatever time you have, and make sure you cut out some time to spend time with them and have some conversations and maybe watch TV or whatever they want to do. And that's going to make your life way better, and it's going to make their life way better, and they're really going to appreciate you carving out time and prioritizing them in your life. Really important, because your parents helped you so much, and the last thing you want to do is just not even pay attention to them at all and not show them enough appreciation for what they've done. And then, of course, you got your friends too, right? You want to have fun with them, and they're also going to support you when you're a little bit stressed, and they're going to help take your mind off of things that could be stressing you out with hockey or whatever sport you're playing. So keep in mind that both of those are super, super important in your life. So keep those straight and get those in priority and get those feeling good and ready to roll into your work days. Now, part 2. Basically, people are asking, how do I fit in these off days? So what I try to do is I try to kind of go like 2 days hard, whether that's working out, 2 or 3 days hard, working out, skating, and then I'll take 1 day or 2 days off. So how I'm doing it right now is I take Monday and Tuesday. I spend like, for me, I'm not working like a full morning schedule, so I'll skate like 2 or 3 times Monday, 2 or 3 times Tuesday, fit in a workout on both of those days. Wednesday I'll take off and either fit in a workout or not, one of the two. And then that's going to allow me to, where I kind of let my body recover on that Wednesday. Then we're going to go hard Tuesday, or then we're going to go hard Thursday, and we're going to go hard Friday. And again, on the ice at least 1 time each of those days. On Thursdays, I'm usually on the ice about 2 or 3 times, and Friday, again, 2 or 3, and then fitting in workouts based on my schedule. Obviously, I'm following a training program, but the biggest thing is making sure you prioritize your mechanics and your on-ice skating first, then supplement that so you're helping your on-ice stuff with your training. So you should never be lifting so hard that you can't skate the next day, because in the end, skating is the most important thing you're trying to improve. So you don't want to be holding back your skating because you're trying to get stronger, unless your strength is so far behind that it's actually causing you problems. Then you might want to prioritize. So everything I say is not going to be like works for every single person, but in general, these concepts are going to help the most possible people, and they're what's working for me. So make sure, don't take everything I say directly, but also experiment and try it and then see how that works. So yeah, again, then I take the weekend off. So then Saturday, Sunday, I'll take those days off, and I'll usually do like off-ice stick handling. I'll do some running, and I really try to just spend some time with friends, at least one night. I don't like to go out and drink or go out and just exhaust myself, but go out and spend a night with friends, and then spend one of the days, usually like a Sunday afternoon kind of thing, try to fit in some family time, and then we're ready to reset and roll Monday, Tuesday again. So very hard-working weeks, but at the same time, I'm also being smart, making sure I go 4 days on and then kind of 3 days off, and which seems like a lot because I'm ultimately skating like anywhere from like 7 to like 12 times sometimes. But again, I'm really making sure that I'm not letting myself get run down. I'm giving myself that time to recover so that I can go all in the next week. This is the question that I think a lot of people have been waiting for, and a lot of people have been really, really curious about this. And the question is what is downhill skating? Now, a lot of people kind of have been curious about this, and I get messages, like I said, constantly asking. And I'm going to kind of give it a basic breakdown, and then ultimately what it is it's a system that has been designed by Jason Yee from Training 2.0. I've helped him create it. I'm helped him design it, but he's the real brains behind it. He is a high-level expert in NHL mechanics. So basically what he does is he's broken down all of the best skaters in the world's skating mechanics. So he looks at why McDavid, why someone like Rasmus Dahlin, someone like Barzell, someone like McKinnon. Why these guys are not like way stronger than everyone else, but they're way faster skaters and way better skaters. So he's trying to figure out, okay, what is it that's allowing these guys to have better ability? And what that is they have better mechanics. So their movements are better than everybody else's. And that's allowing them to skate more effectively. So if that's your goal, if you want to try to become a better skater, which I think is the most important thing in hockey, then you want to try to replicate those elite guys. So you take those elite guys and we break them down into these really, really small details. I shouldn't say we. Jason basically did. I've just helped him through it, like helped him create it. So it's been really cool to kind of see the system, how well it works as I've implemented the principles into my game. And again, so as you add these mechanics in, it allows you to use specific parts of your blade and use specific movements that allow you to actually start to feel like, instead of the ice being flat and kind of having to like kind of work so hard to move wherever you want to go and feeling heavy footed, the downhill skating system, it actually allows you to feel like you're actually like kind of skating like slanted down. It's easier. So when you kind of, basically what you do and what the three kind of principles are is heel pressure, leaning, and trust. So you basically want to utilize the heel of your blade, and you want to put pressure whenever you're turning, whenever you're striding, whenever you're doing anything, and you're using those heels because that's where the full power of the impulse comes from. And so when you push into that ice, like if I was to take my hand and I was to push this hand with the heel, or not, this is replicating like it's the heel, but the palm here, as opposed to pushing with my fingers, right? So my fingers kind of give out and they kind of lose that strength. That's like pushing with the toe. Whereas if I push with the heel and then kind of drive and then let the hand kind of push through, that's what's going to create that power. So again, that's the same with skating. When I want to push here, I want to push with the heel and then allow that full blade pressure to push. I soften up, so I don't want to fight it and be really tense with this hand, but smooth, push, and push off. So when you start to learn that and you combine that with trusting yourself to allow yourself to lean fully over on all your turns, you start to feel like you're starting to fall into position. So if I lean like this and then I allow gravity to pull me down, but as I do that, I also allow my body to absorb that fall and then straighten back out again, that's going to allow me to skate quicker. And I'm using gravity to my advantage. So as you start to learn this stuff, it is an amazing feeling to really, when skating starts to feel easy. And it's super exciting. So you start to gain this confidence and this trust in yourself. And this comes from an initial trust to let yourself fall and to push off those heels. And once you start to put these together, it is absolutely insane. So there's quite a bit more to it. So there's drills that you do. There's specific movement patterns that you do on and off ice to learn it. But what it ultimately is, it's a way of skating that makes it feel like it's downhill. So if you're interested, I want you to go check out train2.0.com and start reading some of his blogs. So those are free. And just search train2.0.com/downhill skating system. And check around, find his blogs. You can check out, like, I think there's like a advertisement page for the actual course. But check it out and let me know what you think. I can't wait for you guys to experiment with a lot of the stuff from the blogs and from the course. The course is absolutely game changing. So thanks for watching today, guys. Really, really appreciate your guys' support. I really appreciate the questions coming in, and make sure to leave your comments. Let me know. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. That lets me know that you want to keep seeing more and more content. So I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next episode of the DailyC show. Thanks, guys.